aloha to all, you know what I'm saying? I'm currently here posted up in the camper, a bit stationary for the moment. And we're gonna address some things is when it comes to being halfway in and halfway out. You're gonna come to realize that every step that you make, the steps that you make going forward is every step that you're making going backwards. See, when you halfway in and halfway out, you got one foot in and you got one foot out. That means when you taking that step to go forward, that back step is taking a step to go backwards. And you're not getting anywhere. And this is the time right now to do whatever you're doing wholeheartedly. Do it with all your might. Focus on what it is you got to focus on to be able to reach the place that you're trying to reach. 99 and a half will not do. Surely 70, 50% definitely won't do. But right now, you find yourself halfway in and halfway out with decisions that you have to make, decisions that's going to affect your life and others around you. It's about being, it's like being double-minded. That double-minded thinking of indecisiveness. You halfway into this decision, but yet your doubts are holding you back to be halfway out. See, your faith, when it comes to halfway in and halfway out, we talking about your faith. We talking about how your faith is going to be the backbone to it all. I'm reminded a lot of times when dealing with different type of women. In the midst of dealing with different type of women, I've come to a understanding through observation. To observe, to see, to bear witness, to be able to consistently observe, to be able to see certain behavioral patterns, certain decisions that, keep on being done over and over and over. So what I've noticed and what I've seen over the years with dealing with countless different women is halfway in and halfway out. So I can give you a real-time revelation, a real-time testament through observation of halfway in and halfway out. You remember that LaToya Luckett song, Torn in Between the Two? 'Cause I really want to be with you. See, you'll be torn in between the two when you halfway in and halfway out. You know, we talk about serving two masters. For one cannot serve two masters. Either you will love the one and hate the other. So you can't be split in your decisions of you kind of sort of want to do it, or you going to do it, but you're going to apply mediocrity in it. Or you're not going to put all your might and energy into it because you want to hold back some because you might not be fully pledged in your faith with what you're doing and the decision that you're making. So over the years, I've seen different women who will submit their body. Submit the body, opened up their legs, gave their body, gave themselves, gave, their jewels and their essence to a man. But because they were halfway in and halfway out, they gave the body to the man, but they might have not gave the full submission of the mind to the man. See, and I watched firsthand through observation of different women submitting and giving their body to me, but when it came time for decision making of my leadership, when it came time for me to be a man to step up as a leader and give direction and guidance, there was more hesitation with that than it was with submitting and giving the body. And this is what began to make me level up my standards. You know what I'm saying? This is what caused me to level up my standards, to take my own standards to a point of not allowing a woman to first submit her body until she has shown me that she's has or willing or ready to submit her mind first. Because I've seen the patterns, I've seen the outcomes, I've watched what trickles down and where it leads to, the goods of it and the bads of it, and to weigh my options and weigh my understanding out and my reasoning to what I've observed, what I witnessed and been through. I had to get to a point to where I had to make that decision to say, because I've noticed women are so open and quickly ready to be halfway in and halfway out due to the nature of lust and desire and pleasure and emotions. They're so more prone and open to submit and give the body because it gives the gratifications that's needed, you know, or wanted and desired for lust and desire and pleasure. But when it comes to giving her mind, her submission to her mind, to follow my leadership, to follow me as a man in totality and not just impartial, it's a discrepancy there. It's not a line there. It's not making sense. So after me noticing this, because I am a charismatic, fly, handsome young brother, I know how to talk, approach. I got pull game. I know how to pull you, keep you. My romantic skills is superb. My communication, my emotional intelligence, a lot of things about me put me in a position to really have it my way with women that I go after, or women that desire and come after me. So because of this, there's countless times where I'm noticing in real time how women lust, how the spirit of lust is over women, and they allow themselves to be halfway in and halfway out. Something that is tremendously dangerous. Because when you're talking about the essence of a woman and the value that, you know, her giving her body, her essence, her love, her value over to a man through the physical interaction of fornication, intimacy, sex, or whatever you want to call it, when she makes that step and she does that and she opens that portal, she not just only opens a portal of a physical, you know, insertment, but she opens a emotional, mental, spiritual portal of that man inserting his presence, his testosterone, his thinking, his DNA, himself into her, which will cause her to be able, which will cause her to be moved, which will cause her to have a certain type of thinking, feeling, reaction, and response, and affect her in so many ways. So, because that is so important, it means something to be fully in to the man, willing to fully submit, just like you submitted the body. When you talk about intercourse, you're talking about positions of the body that are a dominant presence and a submissive presence, where the woman is getting a submissive presence physically and allowing to be the receiver of the giver of the dominant force. So when a woman does this physically and puts her body physically in a position of submission, but she does not put her mind mentally in a mental position of submission, she becomes halfway in and halfway out. And through this observation over the years, I've witnessed the repercussions and the pitfalls and the backlash and the backfire of being halfway in and halfway out. When I'm just chasing after this woman and I'm just desiring physical interaction, but I have no true desire to lead her. I have no true desire to be of service, of help, of benefit to her. And there's only one thing that I care about and seek to desire. This minimizes me as a man to be able to perform at my best, because now I am halfway in and I'm halfway out. I want to perform the physical action of intercourse with this woman, but for her to open herself and give herself to me, that means some way, in shape or form, if she's doing it correctly and doing it right, her giving herself to me as a man is going to put her in a vulnerable state of her having to make a decision of being halfway in and halfway out. Of now she's giving her body and giving her mind as well to me. But if I have no desire to preside over her mind, to guide her mind, to guide her, said to make love to the mind before the body. If I do not have that desire, then now I'm halfway in and halfway out. That means when it's time to perform as a man outside of the bedroom, I'm crippled because I don't see the importance of this. I'm not fully in with this woman. I'm halfway in and I'm halfway out. And because I'm not fully in with this woman, when it comes time to perform fully with this woman in different areas outside of the bedroom, I'm hesitant because I'm not equipped, because I don't see the importance in it. And because I don't see the importance in it, I don't take the time out to build and coach myself and exemplify certain traits within myself to be able to perform with. People, I'm here to let you know that if you think you're going to be halfway in and halfway out, and you're going to reap what you truly desire, you're going through a process of insanity. Because you'll be doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. But you got to do something differently. And the thing that you have to do differently is walk by faith and not by sight. See, you use these eyes and you a lot of times you get tricked up on things. You see things for what it is, but your faith is weak. Your discernment is weak. So you just walking by off of what you see in your face. And you're not taking steps off of using proper discernment and wisdom and leading with your faith, having the belief in yourself, having that conviction in yourself, with yourself to know that you can and will conquer, that you can and will be your best, perform at your best, reach your best, do all the right things to nurture and coach and grow into your best. See, you have to first have this faith in yourself and believe. And when you have that faith, now you're working with something. Now you know you can fully, truly go full all the way in. Now, who's to say, what's to say that you will be a high-performing athlete? And in your performance, you got the skill, the talent, everything that you need. You work hard, you practice, you put in extra hours. But because you cannot make the grades. Oh my goodness. Because you cannot make the grades. I'm telling you a real life story here. I'm giving you real time, real testament. When I was in high school, I had the skill. When it came to football, when it came to track, on the football field, I had the skill to be able to go to high heights in the profession. Professional, semi-pro, Division I, you name it. I had the skill. But I did not have the grades. Something inside me didn't believe in me. Didn't believe that I had what it takes to sit down there and read books and sit down there and write papers. 4, 5, 6, 10-page papers. Research papers. Learn them formulas. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that was needed. I didn't believe that I had what it takes to do that. And because I didn't believe in myself, I never sought or ever thought to put in the time to try. To truly try. We're not talking about attempting. We talking about actually giving full effort and trying. Sitting down on my own time to say, you know what? I got this remarkable skill on the football field. I got the potential to go and play for him, play for them. Maybe I need to sit down on my own time, buckle down, and understand and learn this formula. Really do this homework. Really put the time in. The same effort, the same time I put in on the field, same effort and time I put in on the practice field, practicing, working plays over, working my body, pushing my physical body pushing my physical body to be able to reach its highest degree of fitness. See, we talking about being halfway in and halfway out. Because as a student athlete, if you're fully in it, if you know you got the potential to go to the league, to go pro, to do great things, to go to the Olympics, or you name it, then you realize and you know that there's a process that you have to get through. That you got to go through high school with a certain level GPA, SAT scores, to get into a certain type of college, to be able to perform at a certain level and compete at a certain level, to be able to get your talent out there and to be able to grow and better your talent. And you know this. And if you do not take the commitment to be fully in it as a student athlete, to make the sacrifices, to do what you have to do, to have the grades, to be able to perform, to be able to get the looks, to be able to go D1, if you do not do this, then you know what the alternative measure is going to be. Looked over, passed over, because you don't have the grades. You know? And I got calls right now that I know I need to be taking. Yes, indeed. But listen, I want y'all to go ahead and make sure y'all take this live. You know, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this call because it is a call on a different time zone right now that I'm expecting. So, yeah, peace and power to all. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, get this message out to the youth, get this message out to different individuals who need to hear this message, who need to understand what it takes to be all fully in it and not halfway in and halfway out. Peace and power.